Good evening, everybody in here. I hope we are all having a great weekend so far. And you know what I'm about to say? The weekend is always greener and greater if you can see some major W's in your league games. And today we are here to represent hopefully exactly that. My name is Alisrem and I have the wonderful Warlex with me today. He's doing production as well. We're on his channel. I'm so glad I can join you. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm good. I just had a nice dinner, some chicken and fries, a nice salad on the side. So my tummy is filled, and I got that energy to cast some banging League of Legends. Yeah.
So, talking about banging League of Legends. Well, first of all, it sounds like you're on your bodybuilding journey with chicken and rice, but
not quite, but
banger. Yeah, is there anything special you want to highlight for today? I feel like you always have an interesting perspective because obviously, the people here knowing you're a Counter-Strike main and League of Legends is kind of like your side game. So I think it's always fresh, when you sometimes have some interesting insights, on some picks that some people, that are too deep, they maybe they miss them. You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, I guess that's good to hear that I have interesting insights because that's kind of my whole job here. So that's it's good to know that I'm doing a good job on that part. But yeah, we're gonna have to see what's gonna happen in Champ Select. The people are still readying up in the lobby and all that stuff. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone can hear those annoying ass client sounds in the background. I'm sorry for that. But yeah, I mean, so far we have to say Pandaric have been absolutely dominating it this season. Every single game they have been absolutely annihilating the opponents, or at least most of them. And yeah, the thing I've said this before is in the past streams. The thing I like the most about Pandaric is that they can approach this game from like multiple angles. It's not like they have this one playstyle and they just repeat it over and over again. They actually are very flexible in who can be their carry. Like Atomic is a very solid mid laner that often gets like the priority in the mid lane and can use to roam around. Soap is like a very flexible top laner in the sense that you can put in on like something like Cyan or Ornn and he will just be, the weak side top laner and he will survive and do his job in that sense. But you can also just switch it around, put him on the Gnar, put him on a Darius, put it on something aggressive, and he can absolutely dominate his lane. And you can play around him as well in a more aggressive sense. And then Sunny has been absolutely solid on his AD carry performance as well. And then Ellie and Hanu have been absolutely amazing as the supporting cast of the team, kind of performing like great ganks, getting the vision. So yeah, I mean, overall, Pandaric has just been very solid.
Well, you said you basically said it. The big rundown. They are really flexible. I think it's really funny in the chat. We are currently a bit on hold because apparently, if you do not have all champions on your account, then you're not really flexible. So.
Oh yeah, I'm reading that.
Man. Yeah, one guy on the enemy team on TBD, by the way, that is their actual name. I was really confused. Like, who is enemy today? Well, to be determined. Yeah, but wait, we don't know that yet? No, it's to be determined. Yeah, what do you... Yeah, okay. Yeah, they are literally called to be determined. God dang it, they got me in the first half, not gonna lie, but I hope Pandaric gets them in the second half, which is the game. And, half 1.5 right now is LoL draft allowed in Prime League? Because, again, one player doesn't own all the champions, so that is currently what we're, philosophing about, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, let's hope they get that solved. I mean, I don't know if there's any rules around that. At least everyone is in the lobby, so that's a good start.
How many champs do you have? I own like 30 champs only on this account. Well, then you have 30 options to play, no?
Yeah, I guess, but if you need to pick for your... Obviously, need to pick for your...
Yeah, obviously, yeah, that's the problem. But
that
the
is
thing
the problem,
the thing
yeah.
is, rules are rules.
Yeah, it is kind of your own problem. That's true. I mean, I'm like a gold pleb over here. and I got all the champions, but that's also because I no left this game for way too long.
Yeah, honestly, the thing is, okay, let's say what everybody thinks. We don't know any certain, facts, but we know that if you get banned and you make a new account, it can take some time to get all your champs again, right? Or you want to, not show your main account and only show up on, on your Smurf, so the enemies cannot look at, at your.
You have action going on.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's a bit of a price you pay, right? That's a bit of a price you pay. Okay, you cannot really scout the player, but he doesn't have all the champs, so they might run into some trouble in champ select. And rules are rules. And one rule is we have to start in 4 minutes at the latest point. So we are in champ select right now, and the first ban is a Syndra.
Yeah, let's see what the bans are going to be here. Would not be surprised if some are going to be targeted at Atomic, since he has been very solid in the mid lane. We already see that Syndra gone as well. The Ashe has been very priority. Maybe we see a Skarner here as well, who has been very strong. Would not be very surprising. We've also seen the Wukong from Hanu being banned out quite a few times as well. Sometimes in a reply to the Ashe ban we see the Varus ban as well, since those champions are like very long range, can be oppressive in the laning phase. So if you only have one of the two left open, then it kind of allows the enemy bot lane to pick that one champion and be annoying in the lane. So maybe it's gonna be the last ban, or perhaps they have something else in store for us. We'll have to see. It's gonna be the Senna ban, okay.
Okay. Yeah, a lot of Arcane already banned out, that's the hot topic. Everybody talking about Arcane, of course. Will we see some Arcane, Stuff like the Jinx, pretty solid, Vi, pretty solid, but of course there are a dozen champions to choose from. Unless you don't have them all, then I'm really curious what champion will be picked by the player that does not have every champion. Because again, it is a bit of a handicap, Let's be honest here. It is a bit of a handicap, but rules are rules. Nautilus first pick. I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really too amazed. It's all right. It's not terrible. It's not insane. I think it's okay. What do you think?
I'm not a fan, to be honest. It's
now
like...
that is good stuff.
Okay, Shaco, that is... Okay, now that is interesting. A Shaco right there.
What?
Yeah, we're gonna have to see how that one goes. I haven't seen Shaco in so long. Also, my cat is like attacking me right now. I have my cat on my lap, so I have company here. There's the Skarner that we discussed earlier. So already kind of a solid front line here, some pick potential here on the side of to be determined. Yeah, we're gonna have to keep an eye out on the Shaco. I've literally not seen Shaco in so long, let alone in competitive play, right? Like I would genuinely be curious, like, what was the last time we've seen Shaco in a competitive game? I guess one could argue what counts as competitive, but yeah, regardless, we're gonna have to keep an eye on the Shaco. Obviously, the invisible, the wall hops, you can pull off some really good ganks with it, but if the enemy team has good vision, good deep wards, it makes it a lot more difficult. So we're gonna have to keep track of that vision control as well on the side of to be determined. But yeah, interesting pick already with the Shaco. Hyped to see that one.
Definitely. Well, to answer your question, the last time I've been casting a Shaco, I mean, it is long ago, but considering it's Shaco not too long ago, I think that was when I was like half a year ago or something, and I saw, I think, support Shaco and then Orianna mid lane, and they used, Trickster as a free ball delivery system. So, and it worked out. They won the game with some free engages. So that was interesting to say the least. But I think here, I mean, the jungler is literally called Friendly Shaco. So I will just expect this guy, to not pick it for a combo reason, for a synergy reason, to just pick it because it is his champion. And that's also a thing that I love to talk about. Have I ever talked with you about balanced imbalance?
No, don't think you did.
I think that is a perfect example here because look, Skarner, like no doubt on paper, Skarner is way stronger than Shaco, right?
Yeah.
So
Agreed.
the thing is, it's imbalanced, right? But it is balanced by the fact that how many times have you played against the Shaco and how many times have you played against the Skarner? You know, how good are you at properly estimating Shaco's range, Shaco's damage, Shaco's clear speed? You know, and that's the part. Like, if a champion is so like bad, quote unquote, that you never see him, then he becomes better again because you don't really know what he does, right? So that is the concept to me of balanced imbalance, and it's in every competitive esports game, unless in Counter-Strike, because there are like no forgotten characters or anything, you know. Maybe the decoy Nate, you never see that one, I don't know.
Well, I mean, actually, a fun story about Counter-Strike. There's actually like a similar kind of story where the Creek or the SG and the AUG were like in the game for so long and no one really used them. They were like always meme guns, troll guns, and then suddenly like one pro picked it up. And then I was like, hey, this gun is actually kind of good. And then everyone started using it. It like became the full meta. So it's kind of like funny to see like how everyone just sticks to one gun, whilst there's like actually better guns out there just purely because of like the stigma around it. But yeah, let's get back to League of Legends, I guess, before we transform ourselves into a CS stream here.
No. We have to talk about Rivals of Ether and Smash Bros. And fighting games now, you know, because that's where the concept is from, you know. And League will get a new fighting game. Did you hear about Project K? League will get a card game.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah.
Rip Legends of Runeterra, I guess. You know, we could go over so many things, but my thoughts stopped right in their tracks when I saw the little Disney dragon. Smolder will be on the Rift now, but of course, you know, we have like 3 minutes in delay to talk about the compositions. Well, you know, I talked a bit about the Shaco Skarner matchup, you know, again, to bring it back. Yeah, Shaco is hard to properly calculate. What will he do? Where will he be? And if you've never played against him in 7 years, then it's even harder. And now, on the other hand, you have the Skarner, though, and everybody knows Skarner. Absolute powerhouse, got nerfed a few times, is still super strong. But yeah, that also means we have some different matchups to look at, and which one is the most interesting for you right now?
Oh, I mean, that's a damn good one. I feel like it's going to be Smolder AD carry here, right? That should be, or yes. I'm expecting.
Yes, 100%.
I mean, I feel like mid lane is always going to be interesting, purely because Atomic, like I said, has been doing very well. And I think Ahri is like one of those champions where if you get that lane control, you get the priority in the mid lane. You can just, if you get level 6 right, you can roam bot lane, you can roam top lane, use the Spirit Rush to get picks with the charm. So I'm really looking forward to how Atomic's going to perform in that mid lane and if he can get those roams off. Because if you can get those off, you get the control, you get the roams, you get your bot lane fed, you know, you can really snowball the game off the back of that.
Exactly. Now, Gragas versus Renekton. I feel like with Renekton, that's an interesting philosophy class again. Renekton, we have seen him 100,000 times. Like, to me, K'Sante and Renekton are the most blind-picked top laners in, half a year, entire season maybe. And then you have Gragas, and I personally feel like Gragas is a powerhouse. Like, this drunken man, he's nightmare-inducing. But that's the thing, you never know how good a Gragas is, you know? If he will... Some Gragases or some Gragas players, let me phrase it like that, they are able to go into their what is it called, into his E. I'm forgetting words, kind of sick, I'm sorry, you know, into his E, to his belly smash, and they just cast everything while inside that thing, then flash onto you, and you just get exploded into the other barrel, and you know, it looks crazy, but it's kind of hard to do. So I always ask myself, if this is a cracked guy, if this is a cracked Gragas, then Gragas is an absolute menace. But if he's not, then, you know, then the champion is all right, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I might be a slight G2 fan as well. I mean, kind of flexing the jersey. You know, I have some few traumas about Zeus Gragas, so yeah, a cracked Gragas can definitely be a very scary one. But at the same time, we've seen more Gragases at Worlds that were like, you know, kind of
Yeah, okay.
And then Zeus just kind of carried the whole game on his own, just being a drunken man, slamming around this body. catching of AD carries, doing it all on his own. So yeah, I agree. I mean, Gragas can also be very annoying in the laning phase, which is also where Renekton kind of has his power. So I feel like there's gonna be like a lot of trading in the top lane. I've seen Soap. I know Soap is, you know, one of those players that doesn't mind trading until like the double-digit HP bar, you know, going very low. So I wouldn't be surprised if we like see an actual big brawl at the top lane where both top laners are, you know, fighting on the blink of death, basically. So that should be pretty hype. But yeah, Gragas with that passive health regeneration as well can be so annoying. The body slam indeed. Yeah, very strong laner as well. Can be very strong if you know the animation cancels and stuff. So that should also be a very fun matchup to look forward to.
Definitely. Yeah, just wanted to let you know, when I played a lot, and at first I hated him, but once I got smooth with the combos, I was like, wait a second. The strong guy is actually a lot of fun to play, and now I would probably fail everything miserably and would not have a lot of fun, but hey, you know, that's how it works. Now, talking about combos and miserably failing everything, I think the Ahri will also be really, really important in this matchup. You talked about Atomic, right? And his carry potential. Do you think he will be popping off this game, or will it be the Shaco or something else entirely carrying this game?
I mean, it's probably gonna be Atomic in the early game. I'm expecting. Usually, he does very well in the laning phase. I'm hoping you're also in the game already.
Nope.
All right. Well, I'm already loaded in. Not much happening at the start here though. Just Pandaric chilling in a bush altogether, and to be determined. They're just spread around. You know, the classic holding all the entry points of your jungle. So not much action here. Yeah, we're gonna. The Shaco is definitely gonna be the interesting point, right? That is like the wild card in this game, something that you don't often see.
Don't forgo for the Uno, right? You ever pressing Uno at the start of the game?
Uno? What?
Yeah, UNO for a better viewer experience. Hell yeah. Also in the game right now, by the way. You ever played the card game Uno? No?
Yeah,
It's
that I definitely have.
While, you know, it's a banger to remember while spectating games, because you get like rid of the time thingy, you activate timers and all that stuff, all that good jazz, you know. All the good jazz. Well, yeah.
Right.
That means we are in game number 1, guys. It is a TBD on the blue side, and it is a Pandaric on the red side, with friendly Shaco on Shaco in the jungle. And that is just absolutely amazing. Man, I'm so hyped to see a Shaco. I'm so hyped to see one.
I'm very curious to see how the Shaco's gonna do. We can already see both in the mid lane and in the top lane some brawling going around, as we expected. Atomic is also one of those mid laners that goes for a lot of poking here. This time around though, the way definitely giving a punch back as well.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, my eyes are peeled on Shaco. I'm not even ashamed to admit it. I just want to know where does he gang, and that has to go through your mind as well, right? Look at how bot lane is slowly pushing forward, you know, slowly but surely. Like top lane is not gankable at all for the Shaco, and you know, maybe you also have to be worried as the Skarner, as okay. Meanwhile on bot lane, good hook connecting there, you know, a bit of chip damage, but man, I'm so hyped, dude. I wanna skip like forward 20 seconds when the junglers come live, and that would be an absolute blast to see.
Yeah, I mean, this bot lane is definitely looking gankable. The Skarner though, Eke, is also towards that bot side, so should be able to hover around as well, but Aline actually going a little forward here.
Yeah, hello there. Braum passive will not be procced, and that means for now we can just chill a little bit more.
Yeah, they should now also know the Shaco's bot side, so they also have the ward in the Tribush. That's gonna make it a lot more difficult. There might be a contesting around the Scuttle Crab, as both the friendly Shaco and Eke are there. The smite comes through, so we'll be able to yoink that one away. So slight win there for the Skarner. But friendly Shaco should be able to just rush up to the top side. The pings are already coming onto the map, the assist me. The support there as well, that's the big difference here. Aline is there to assist his jungler. Is Friendly Shaco gonna be able to get it on time? No, it's gonna get stunned into the wall, hooked up and taken down here with the ignite.
No. Oh, come on. I'm a bit sad about that one, because that was kinda scripted and you're not getting too much on bot lane, because Smolder just chilling, farming, stacking. Sure, you're under a bit more pressure, but honestly, Olaine moving out there, up there, really good move.
Yeah, that was definitely the difference maker right there. The Wei also had the priority in the mid lane, so was able to move up first before Atomic was. Yeah, in that 3 versus 1, the jungler was just already taken down before Atomic could really do anything. So had to just give that one away, unfortunately. The first blood onto the Skarner though, so not really the champion where you want all the money to go to, right? So
okay,
that is kind of the...
Shaco in mid lane, igniting. The flash just saved for way too long. And Friendly Shaco getting the instant revenge. I love it, honestly. Disrespect him once, and this happens.
Yeah. And this time, I mean, we spoke about the Skarner getting the money. This time around, the money goes to Atomic, and that was the one person we highlighted at the start here. The one that once you get level 6, the Spirit Rush, you can roam around top side, you can go bot side, you can get your teammates fed, you can get those picks with the charms. So with that money injection, the Lost Chapter as well is gonna allow Atomic to push out those waves more often, not having to worry about the mana costs. And we should hopefully see Atomic on roam duties very soon. We're gonna have to peel our eyes out on what he can make work here. A little gank on the mid lane will not work out for them, as Atomic gets to the safety of his tower.
This is interesting now, though. Like, Lee was slowly moving up there, but not too much happening, and now Skarner is in the bot lane, though. Olaine not really looking for anything here. Okay, jumping right in there. Friendly Shaco was spotted on the pink board. He will realize exactly that. But what direction are we heading now? It's a really messy game, right? But of course we have a Shaco in it. Like, what else can we expect?
Yeah, I mean, I think both teams are very willing to fight here. I mean, that is definitely clear. And I think also the supports are very active, right? We've seen Elaine roaming up mid lane multiple times. The junglers kinda assist or requiring assistance on the Scuttle Crabs. It's causing a lot of these brawls here, and I feel like we're gonna get more as the Grubs and the Dragon are both up as well. So prepare for more fights, I would say. And something that might not have been spotted here is that Senny, he was able to get that little bit of 1v1 room against Acti in the bot lane, was able to force out the barrier on Acti. So could perhaps make a difference in one of those fights coming up at the Grubs or the Dragon. For now, we do see both teams moving up towards the Grubs here, as Aka is already on the location, taking down the Scuttle Crab at the moment. So taking a bit of damage here on the top side, as Bokgreen is having his fun there. The ultimate popped as well, body slam, cask out, but not much more left in the tank there. But some chip damage at the start there before they start off the Grubs could be very helpful.
Meanwhile, Friendly Shaco joins the fray. Wants to get one Grubby for good measure, possibly. Not afraid to go for the smite fight. One Grubby for both teams. Now, he will jump out, use his clone to... what did he use the clone for? Just to get out in safety, I guess? But yeah, also something I need to talk about, by the way. Friendly Shaco is maxing his Jack-in-a-Box right now, so... enemies walking into him, into where he wants them to walk, is way better. So a fight like that, yeah, not really too good for him.
Yeah, wants to set down those boxes. Unfortunately, the tower dive on the bot side does not work out. I think Senny accidentally had the tower aggro there, which was not planned. Otherwise, that might have been able to be a kill on Acti. So far, I mean, the highlight here has been Senny. Oh, the Killer Instinct!
Second Killer Instinct going forward, getting the kill. Will he die himself? He will. And that is a complete disaster. That is not what you want to happen when Nautilus is roaming all the time.
Yeah, it is gonna be the 1-for-1. That is unfortunate. That was very close though.
It was really close. Still has his flash up though. Top lane, wet noodle fights always.
Oh, that
It's
was a
so
nice juke.
funny. So many skills used, and you feel like, man, there's so much happening, and then, you know, nobody dies. Both for half HP, then Grogos uses some spells, full HP again. Renekton Q's away, full HP again. Yeah, okay. That just happened, I guess.
That's what we call a classic top lane wet noodle fight. And the Drake's gonna be started. It's gonna be stolen. Oh no, it will be smited away for friendly Shaco here. That is not what you like to see for Pandaric. Full objective. I mean, it has to be given credit to Eke here. And to be determined in general. Their movement around the map and their priority on the objectives here has been perfect. Taking all the Skittles away, taking the dragon, taking the grubs. Feels like friendly Shaco has kind of been pushed away here from the river in general and all those objectives around it.
Oh yeah, definitely, but that's what happens with a Shaco, right? If you, I mean, you said it in Champ Select, if you have a lot of vision and you're making sure to properly track him, then yeah, his biggest strength, the element of surprise, is kind of gone, right? And if you are prepared for the Shaco, then he's not that much of a threat. But honestly, on bot lane, maybe we can make something happen with the Shaco now. Mom will be called. Okay, is also here, so it will be a 3 versus 3 if they decide to re-engage this friendly Shaco. Slowly poking into this. He wants the kill on the Nautilus. Will he get it? Alani flashing over the wall here. And now beautiful stinger in the face of friendly Shaco. And this was not what he was looking for on bot lane. And Alani is just alive with a sliver of health, but he keeps strong.
Yeah, maybe that was also just a little bit of desperation, honestly. Like, I feel like Pandaric, Sani has been able to show a lot of presence here in this bot lane together with LE. So they're trying to play off that, trying to snowball off it. But maybe they're trying a little too hard here and it ends up costing them, as Eke has been always there. Has been there to cover them whenever they need it. Oh, the cask is beautiful there. Soap now pops the ultimate as well. It's going to be able to dash away. So he is still fine. I mean, like when we look at the gold, it is dead even right now. But it does feel like To Be Determined is kind of taking control of the game right now.
Yeah, sadly have to agree with you here. Not what we want to see, but, you know, truth is not always what you want. So you have to accept it and make the best out of it. The early game is only looking even, and of course, I mean, we haven't really talked about scaling too much, haven't we? Like, sure, Kai'Sa scales great. If she goes for the AP variant, you know, the one where you can just keep on poking with your Void Seekers, then she's an absolute menace on 3 to 4 items. But I mean, same for Smolder. Now, you know, we don't have to talk about scaling it, we have a fight going on right now. The clone doing a lot of work there, so coming in with the TP. Okay, it's just too tanky. Look at this guy, not losing any HP. And meanwhile, Braum and friendly Shaco, they both have to get out because they are kind of low.
Yeah, I feel like right now, this Skarner is just way too tanky, and Pandaric, they're missing the DPS right now. Kai'Sa still has to skill up. Ahri is not always the best into the tanks. Yeah, she is able to maybe one-shot or chunk out the way or the Smolder. But it's just going to be so difficult when you have a Gragas, a Skarner, and a Nautilus just being a beefy frontline standing in front of the targets you really want to hit. And the Kai'Sa is just only on one item right now, has the static shift. Doesn't have the DPS required to really chip down those tanks. So they're kind of struggling in those full 5-on-5 fights right now.
Yeah, definitely have to agree there. And again, I feel like scaling-wise, we can outscale them, but then we need to really pick our fights. And yeah, talking about it, you cannot pick your fight. Soap tries it with flashing away, has almost ult back up again, will not have it back up in time though, will die to the gank. Meanwhile on bot lane, Atomic and friendly Shaco, they want to make some more magic happen, but they will not find a kill right there. And that makes me, as a Pandaric fan, a little bit sad, but it is the truth right now. It is 4-2, and the first time in the game where we have a small lead for TBD. Okay, well, hold that thought, the Nautilus will sacrifice himself, and suddenly I am not as sad anymore.
Yeah, that's finally the Atomic roam that we needed. Coming through here on the bot side, picking up another kill for himself. Currently 2-0. I feel like Sunny and Atomic are still doing very well. It's just they need a little bit more time to really let their presence be known here. Especially for Sunny, where you know, on the Yeti carry, you kind of require more items to really get the DPS down against those chunky tanks. But with another kill picked up for Atomic, he can definitely be a menace here. If he finds the right angle, he picks up the way or the smolder. Can't be understated that, you know, right now the damage on the side of To Be Determined is also heavily loaded towards those two champions as well. So if Atomic gets the opportunity to pick one off before the fight even starts, then that could be massive for Pandaric.
Yeah, definitely. Again, with that kill, it suddenly looks way better again, because Shaco is now on the first full item. And that's the funny thing to me as well, you know? Sure, Shaco can be really strong in the early game, but actually, he also really likes to be on a few items, you know? Because some items just scale really well with themselves, and Shaco really profits from that. So, you know, everybody not building tankiness will have a harder and harder time the longer the game goes to stay alive against the pretty clown.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like from my experience on playing against Shakos... Oh, hold on, Sunny. Maybe in trouble here. The flashes are coming through. The response there on time. Oh, the killer instinct is beautiful. Sunny just dodging and weaving everything here.
Literally. Well played by him, yeah, but will we have an extended fight, or will we accept the damage on the bot lane turret? I'm not too sure yet, because, yeah, of course, you don't have a first turret taken yet through this game, and, you know, both teams probably don't want to lose the first one either, because it is a lot of money and a lot of map control, so you want to defend those turrets, but what will it cost to keep the turret alive?
Yeah, pings are coming out there on the map towards the bot side. I mean, Aka is still hovering around there as well. Shaco on the other side of the map, so it is currently a 3 versus 2 on the bot side.
Depth charge on bot lane, Zenny in all the trouble of the world, because Oke is also showing up, suppressing our favorite Braum player here. Oke flashing into the face of our favorite Mr. Pringle, Yordle Mustache Distributor. I don't know what I just said, but I know Oke. Really good gank, but then the TP from Soap made sure, you know, just as insurance basically, that this is not all in vain. He will lose a lot of CS on top lane though, and I'm not too happy about that.
Yeah, luckily Atomic will be able to cover that at least partially. So at least all that XP money is not just gone into the void. Yeah, right now Aka is just kind of a problem here for Pandaric. He's just a little bit too beefy, and the CC is just so annoying. Can run through walls. And this is why Skarner is that priority pick that a lot of teams prioritize on their blue side first pick. And it's often banned away as well. Currently 2-0-2 on this Skarner. Has kind of been topping out on the friendly Shaco, unfortunately, throughout this game. Gonna have to give, gonna have to give credit there to Ake. And I feel like
Have to
Pandaric
agree 100%. Now mid lane, can we find anything? Well, we get the first turret. That is really great. That is a good gold swing, and now suddenly gold is in our favor again, but I don't know if we can like translate it into anything, or if that is just it for now and we have to basically, you know, go back to the drawing board. I'm not too sure right now.
Yeah, I mean, I am a bit worried because there is still a Smolder on the other side of the Rift. Which, I mean, we have all seen what Smolder can do in the late game. And I feel like, in general, when we talk a bit more about the late game scaling, I feel like a champion like Skarner is going to be so much easier to play than Shaco. But obviously, if your name is Friendly Shaco, you probably know a thing or two about playing Shaco in the late game. Probably more than I know.
Definitely.
So
again, I think he scales really well. I just have to put it out of there. I think it's an amazing scaler into the late game, if you know how to play him.
Yeah, the big if.
Yeah, but I mean, again, this guy is a
We have
Shaco,
the friendly Shaco, yeah. We're gonna have to keep our eye out on that. There's definitely like the ease of execution is definitely in favor here, and for to be determined.
Yeah.
But if you can make it work on the Shaco, it could definitely be like one of those super annoying champions having to walk through all those the fears with the boxes, the clones. It can be very frustrating to play against. Being an absolute menace in those team fights.
Definitely. Yeah, but that's the thing also. Many people get surprised by his damage because he soft crits if he hits you from behind, right? With his passive and everything. I'm just saying, some people are like, yeah, you know, Shaco, he falls off in the... No, he doesn't. It's like Renekton. Yeah, in theory, he should fall off. Or like Olaf or those, you know, those picks. But usually they don't. It takes a really long time. And most games don't go that long, you know. And if nobody ever dies, what is happening right now, then the games go even longer. So that will be quite interesting. We can see the attempts, but so far, you know, Dragon is back up on the map. And basically, well, where are we heading now? Nasher also.
Yeah, that would be soul point here for to be determined if they manage to get it. So we can already see Pandaric don't want to make that happen. The teleports are coming through here.
Teleports are coming through indeed from both side laners. Now Rock also coming joining in, but the fight is already in full motion. Okay, this unkillable front line will finally die and the shutdown will go over to Senny. That is absolutely massive, of course. Now Octi is still alive and not dealing any critical damage just yet. He still needs to scale a little bit. Soap will even be able to get out of there. And that means we basically got all the kills that we want. And okay, never mind. The way just sniping the crocodile. That is a little bit sad, but I think we should get the dragon here. And that is important because, as you said, it is soul point after all.
Yeah, what an amazing team fight there for Pandaric. I mean, this is kind of the swing fight that you needed to go in your favor here. They denied the soul points. They had full faith throughout that entire fight. I think that made really the big difference there. When all those teleports came through, they didn't hesitate. They didn't, you know, split up or had mixed thoughts. No, they were all on the same page. They stuck together. They fought together. They fought forward. And together they broke through that team fight. And now the game looks to be more in their favor than it was before, for sure. Now Sunny also getting against his Rage Blade. Already on 2.5 items, looking to complete the third even. He's going to be in a really good position to chuck down those tanks that we talked about earlier. It's going to be a lot easier here.
So interesting, by the way, friendly Shaco go for an AP item next.
Yeah, there's a weird build here, an 80 AP mix build.
Yeah, he wants to burn TBD alive with whatever item it will be, Blackfire Torch or the mask.
Yeah, I'm pretty curious what the third item is going to be.
I mean, will we even get there? Who knows? Maybe. Maybe we will get there. Maybe the game will be over in just a few fights and a few minutes. Feel like it can explode either way for both teams. Both teams have some amazing catch tools if they are actually looking for it, you know, and properly shoving out lanes first and all the dead jam.
Yeah, I feel like a big weight here lies upon Senny. He has to be the backbone of the team. If they can manage to pick him off early, then I feel like Pandaric's going to be in big trouble. But so far, this entire season, Senny has played a phenomenal split. He has done this before, playing as the carrier of the team, the backbone, the DPS of the team. So he definitely has it in him to do it. Currently 4-1, almost picking up that third item. And when he dies, the DPS just kind of dies down on the side of Pandaric, so that would be massive if To Be Determined can pick him off. But yeah, I mean, Kai'Sa is one of those slippery champions, right? Those have the invisibility, the killer instinct, has barrier as well. Can be tough to take down fast here. Yeah, I feel like both teams are just kind of, you know, clearing out waves, playing it slow. They don't want to overstep. It's only the Baron up, so they make sure they have the vision around that. It definitely has slowed down a little bit here. It is still 2.5 minutes away until the next dragon. And until then, unless one of the teams wishes to have a little dance with the Baron, I don't think much will be happening unless friendly Shaco gets caught there. Doesn't Let's get the hop away on time there.
Dude, if you get caught as Shaco, then nah, not happening.
Yeah, it's very difficult, yeah.
This guy is more slippery than Rockon and Pike combined. Okay, maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but he is really slippery. That is my point, and I will die on that hill. Now, of course, you can always try to just fight the rest of the team and force the Shaco to interact with you. If he doesn't want to interact, just make, you know, take the other team members hostage. And that's also why he has this image as a, you know, psychotic person, because will he help his teammates or not? We don't know. For now, looks like he's finding an engage. That charge getting used here in a defensive manner, Mom getting used as well, but this is a simple 1-for-0.
Yeah, great pick there. I don't think they're gonna probably need a little more if they want to convert that. And speaking of a little more, the Killer Instinct is coming through the way, completely caught off guard there. Senny takes his moment to shine. And with those two picks, they could maybe look to contest this Baron now. Okay, is still up. Teleport still available for Blood Green as well. The HP bar very low though for friendly Shaco, so maybe they're just content with the picks. And it seems like it's gonna be the case. The recall's coming through here. So yeah,
Never forget, Shaco is his strongest when he's at his lowest, right? Because you want to chase him, you know, but you will walk in all the boxes and it will hurt a lot. Blackfire Torch is finished, by the way.
Yeah, there's gonna be another AP item after this. I'm guessing Leandris if he wants to go for the double burn.
It's so interesting. But I don't judge. I don't play enough Shaco to really justify judging here.
Yeah, same. I mean, I'm gonna, you know, I'm gonna assume and give the benefit of the doubt that the Shaco main probably knows how to build Shaco better than I do.
Where's Kakao when you need him? If you remember that with the itemization on the lethality jinx where he was like, but man.
Yeah, no, I remember that.
Meanwhile, we have Soap being not too slippery like Soap in the side lane, using the dominoes to grow big, get a lot of rage. And that means for Blood Green, yo, time to leave the battle fray and just let Soap run out his ult. And then maybe try again, because that thing has a lot of cooldown. And that means without dominoes, Soap has a bit of a rough time right now. That's the Shaco action. That is just the Shaco action. What will happen now? The clone will explode as well next to Alaine. And that is it a kill?
Oh, the snipe.
No?
Oh, that was so
Flashing?
close.
Oh. But still, he has to go back. It's not as bad as it looks like. You're probably thinking, you know, everybody watching, like, man, he should have gotten that kill. Like, yeah, sure, I have to agree, but he still has to go back to base. Meanwhile, Atomic, though, in a lot of trouble, the TP getting used, but a bit too late because the shutdown was found onto the RE. First death this game for Atomic. Alaine is still super low, still somehow trying to help this fight, but also channeling the reset. While Seni is trying his best to get the kill onto Octi, but will not find it yet, at least. And with the flash impale, the story is sealed. And this is looking a bit like a lost Nash dance. Friendly Shaco trying to run away will be found, by the way. And this is a real shame, but it is what it is right now. This Nash looks kind of free for our friends from TBD.
Yeah, that is the big shutdown to be taken there onto Seni. That's the kill they needed to start off this Baron Nashor. And it will be served to them on a silver platter to be determined. Before all of this chaos, though, Seni was able to pick up at least the dragon. So they won't be able to take that soul point. So a small consolation prize there, I suppose. But yeah, I mean, overall, that was just the definition of a brawl right now, right there. Absolute chaos there in the topside river. But it's gonna end in the favor here for TBD as they pick up the Baron now. Soap will at least be able to take the tower back on the bot side before TBD gets back on the map. And it's gonna be 3 minutes until the next objective as well, so TBD have plenty of time here to push forward their waves, get the deep vision in, set up everything to their liking to get as many towers as they wish. The mid tier 1 is the obvious one pointed out here, as it is the only tier 1 tower left standing on the side of Pandaric. So most likely that's going to be the focus here. They're going to focus their attention to this Scuttlecrab first. And then they're going to push out this bot lane tower. It's going to be a 4-1 split here. It's pretty common there with the Baron. Blood Green just going to push out the bot side with that Baron buff. And in the meantime, the rest of TBD will be focusing their attention on the mid lane, barring up those minions, taking down the first tower here, and probably plenty more to come, as defending against this Baron buff is quite difficult.
Especially if it gets escorted by a comp like this, Way a ton of range, Smolder a ton of range, you know, really good wave clear and everything, so rough situation to be in right now if your name is Pandaric. And it's so funny to me because the gold difference is still like not a lot at this point, but still, just from the champions themselves, we have a bit more of a gimmick. You know, for example, okay, but he just walks into the one Jack in the box and he didn't take any damage. Like, what is this?
Yeah, that is one beefy Scorpion, that is for sure. I mean, I feel like the problem for Pandaric right now is they don't have any engage. Or, I mean, if you look at all the champions on the side of Pandaric, I don't think any of them really want to be jumping in first, right? Because no one can really survive in there. You're jumping in, you get pulled back in by the Skarner, you're instantly gonna get blown up here. So that is a big struggle, especially when you're playing against this Baron buff, because if you don't engage, then what are you supposed to do? You can't really clear out the waves fast enough. So you're just kind of sitting behind your tower as you watch it get chipped down over and over again. And that is basically what we have been watching the last 2 minutes here. It is just TBD chipping down those towers and getting everything they need. It's gonna be a lot of gold picked up, but now this dragon is about to spawn. So TBD already investing into the vision, but so is Pandaric there around as well. Friendly Shaco already popping the ultimate there.
Hallucinating, activated, says Friendly Shaco. Better too early than too late, you know, using the clone for a free Jack in the box. Triangle basically.
Yeah, Blood Green is up on the top side still. He is pushing out this wave. If Pandaric doesn't do anything here, that just means a free tower here for TBD. So we do see Soap eventually going for a recall. But it's maybe a little bit too late, because Blood Green, he has this massive minion wave stacked on the top side. He's already chunking down the tower there. It will be taken down. So that's going to be a victory here. And now they're grouping up in the mid inhib tower, almost falling as well. Friendly Shaco still hanging around, setting up the boxes right now. That could be a difference maker here.
The boxes absolutely be true, but you need the time for that. But as long as Skarner walks into it, he just doesn't really care too much, does he? Yeah, sure, you lost some HP, but man, okay, is so tanky. It's just unbelievable how much HP this guy has now. Everything is exploding and slowly coming together. Hopefully we can find a good engage here. We can find some kills. Alaini will be the first victim. Now, okay, finally being the next one to die. That took forever. Can we find more? The fight is maybe stagnating a little bit, but nope, never mind. Double kill for Blood Green. That is the Grogas we're talking about, and he has a lot of ability power. Top down on the Disney Dragon, but still Soap has to run away, and I think this is absolutely fine for TBD. They are not too unhappy, especially because they've got the shutdown on the Crocodile now.
Yeah, it looks so good at the start there for Pandaric, but they kind of ran out of energy towards the end of the fight. Friendly Shaco at least will be taking down this dragon, but it's gonna be at the cost of this base. I mean, you can kind of argue that he probably wouldn't have been able to defend this anyway. So at least he, at least he takes the dragon with him, right? We'll be able to secure that soul point.
He got Malignance, by the way. That's interesting.
Okay then. Yeah, I guess it's helpful in the late game getting the hallucination more often. Be more of a menace. Yeah, I mean, we talked about those boxes being set up. It doesn't really matter too much, yeah, if your team is not around. Right? If your team is around when your box is already set up and someone walks into it, takes the fear, you can use that as an engagement. But if no one's around and they're just kind of walking into it, you already, like you said already, Ake just doesn't take any damage from those boxes. So at that point, the whole point of the boxes kind of falls away. The start of that team fight looked very well as Senny was popping off a lot with the damage, but kind of ran out of the steam, and Acti kind of, you know, profited off those low HP bars in the end there. I mean, we haven't really talked too much about the Smolder, but the scaling of that champion is not to be messed with either.
TB scaling, yep. That's... I mean, everybody knows Smolder at this point. He has a fun stacking mechanic. If he is over 225 stacks, he's looking really good. He's at 339
Yeah,
stacks
339.
right now. Yeah, so he has a built-in Elder at that point, and honestly, I feel like that's all you have to know about that that little champion. He looks so cute, but he hits like an absolute truck.
Yeah, and even though Senny has been playing very well this game, I mean, at some point you're just gonna say, yeah, that champion is just a little too strong for me.
You can outpoke him though. That is an option, but it's not easy.
Yeah, I mean, the difficulty here is that TBD has 3 beefy tank lines at the front that Senny has to chip through, and meanwhile Acti, I mean, he has to worry about a crocodile at most, and other than that, he can just free fire onto those carries. And it's just so much easier.
Can we maybe get an engage here? Do we want to take an engage here? Because again, Shaco had no time to set up boxes. He will still jump in, use the clone there, you know, to get the burn from Malignance, but it's just not it. Just not good enough right now.
Yeah, with 3 inhibitors taken down here as well, does mean we have 6 super minions flooding into the base here every single wave. And there's just going to be a lot of cleanup duty to be done here for Pandaric. And in the meantime, the Baron is still up. So Pandaric, they're going to have to make a difficult choice. Do you defend your base or do you take down the Baron or contest it? And if you don't go for the Baron, then you're going to see TBD show up at your Nexus with 6 super minions that are Baron empowered. So at that point, it's kind of over already. But if you spend too much time at the Baron, your Nexus towers are going to be taken down as well. So it is basically an impossible decision here from Pandaric, but they're going to somehow have to fight their way through it.
You can try to look for a steal, I guess, but even that is not really a good option, because if Shaco dies, and that should happen, then you also have a rough time in the 5 versus 4. Maybe now in the 5v5 situation, Olaine will be the first one to fall. Mom will blast through there from Octi, excuse me. Octi almost dead with the Killer Instinct, jumping into the backline. Senny getting the kill, making a miracle happen. I don't know how they do it, but it is only Okke and the way left here now. Friendly Shaco jumping over once to get the way. But yeah, the Blast Cone, the empowered one, is just doing an amazing job, and now we kind of have to regroup. It's still a 3 versus 2. I feel like we can do that. Wait, we have to teleport back to base. The fight has been taking too long, and the minions will just finish the game here.
It is the super minions of doom coming for the Nexus here. The teleport is coming through for the way. The Nexus now exposed here for TBD. Ready for the taking with so many minions swarming around as well. That is going to be game number 1 going in favor of to be determined, as Pandaric has to go back to the drawing board.
Okay, so I mean, again, it is a best of 3 series. You know, everything all right. So you could say, okay, we try Shaco against Skarner. Would you do it again? Would you say, hey, Shaco itself was not the problem, or what angle would you go here?
I mean, you might look to ban the Skarner, right? Because the Skarner is just kind of a little bit of a disgusting champion, one could say. I mean, I feel like if you are a Shaco man, right, you probably want to go for that Shaco again. It's going to highly depend as well on how good Friendly Shaco can play the other champions, right? If you really are like an OTP Shaco, you probably just want to put your money on that, right? I doubt this is going to get banned away, since To Be Determined won the first one, right? So I would probably expect that Shaco to still be in there, and maybe they look to ban away the Skarner. We'll have to see how they're going to adjust into it, but that's what I would expect.
Okay, wonderful insight there. Do you plan on making a small break, or do you plan on just going with the next game?
No, we can do a small little break, yeah. We'll be back in a couple of minutes as they're loading up the lobby. So I would say don't go anywhere, grab yourself a snack, a drink, go to the toilet, and then we'll be right back in a few minutes.
Hello, we are back, and I hope you are as ready as Warlicks and me are right now. We had a little change of plans. We are not using the actual client to draft right now. We are using the good old pick and ban tool. I really hope it's not bugging out, but hey, so far it seems to work like a charm. And yeah, you can see it as we can right now. On blue side, wait, that is actually important. You can usually name your
Yeah,
sides.
we're still red side. We're still red side. So
yeah. For you again, yeah. TBD is blue side, and we are on the red side. And the way, well, it worked. So it has gotten, I think, permit to be in this game again. Honestly.
yeah, I mean, I've seen Atomic kind of pop off on that Oriana. Same for the Sanifars, also been very good on that champion. So I mean, I think the Oriana will also be a bit more, will be better for that DPS department. Like last game, we kind of saw that in the Baron fight actually, in the final fight there, when the second Sani died. You know, Atomic kind of realized, yeah, we don't have the damage to take down this Garner anymore. We just can't kill him. So they just kind of had to back off, and you know, we already saw the super minions kind of barraged into the base at that point. So yeah, this time around, you know, having a bit more DPS on your mid laner as well. So not all of that weight is being put on Sandy's shoulders. That should help out a little bit here. The Skarner band as well, like we talked about by the end of last game, the adjustment that has to be made here. It is going to be that Skarner band. No Shaco locked in yet though.
Xin is Seraphine, sorry. So yeah, so much for using Pro. Oh my god. I personally hate when you have the wrong visual. Like, everybody is a different learner, but for me personally, when I see Xin Zhao, and then it's like, no, guys, that is Seraphine. I see Xin Zhao, you know? So for me, whenever I forget the thought that it is a different champion, I will always, you know, yeah, whatever. We have to roll with it. You can maybe draw over it if you want, you know. But yeah, for now, we have no epic Jarvan versus Sinjao matchup. It is Seraphine. After all, I hope you know, everybody's still happy with the draft either way. But yeah, now we can see some bands like the Poppy, like the Nasus. Weird bands, honestly, but you know, Poppy, I get that. Nasus, not so much.
Yeah, that's definitely a ban.
That is a ban.
It is a ban. I mean, we do see the Jarvan though. That is interesting because that's most likely going to be in the jungle. So no more Shaco, it seems like. Unless there's some hidden tech here that I'm not aware of. But yeah, no Shaco. They did change away from that champion, the friendly Shaco, on the Jarvan now. So that is definitely a big change here, together with that Skarner ban that we talked about.
Why is Nessus and Garen banned? Do you guys want to play Varus mid lane and then put, or like, what? I don't know, whatever. No Judgeroni in here. I am confident that they know what they are doing, and those are special bans to me. But you know, those are like those weird mid lane meta champs against AD champions. But I would fully expect Atomic to be piloting the Oriana, honestly. But it seems like, yeah, with the Renekton lock-in as well, it should just be as we see it and expect it. Oriana mid lane, Varus bot lane, Renekton top lane. I cannot really expect anything else right now.
Yeah, I mean, those should be where they go, yeah. Or at least I'm hoping. I mean, I'm already liking this team composition a lot more here. The engage is going to be a lot more easier with the Jarvan, the ball delivery system as well. So, you know, a bit more tools here in the team fight, I would say, other than, you know, hopefully Soap can tank up a little bit as the Renekton, and then you hope Sandy does enough damage. You know, it's a bit iffy, but now you have the ball delivery system. Should be easier to navigate those team fights here on the side of Pandaric, which I feel like they were kind of lacking. They just didn't have the answer to the front line of TBD. And hopefully with a bit more DPS in the mid lane, with the Jarvan now, that should be a bit easier on their side.
The Gnardi Leona. See, now I'm again like, wait, didn't they say Seraphine?
Yeah, so we have double supports, or it's Seraphine mid lane, and then...
Or is Leona something else? Is Hui top lane, Seraphine... Is it...
Is it Seraphine mid and Wei
No,
ADC?
wait. No.
Or is it like
it's
Seraphine?
Seraphine APC on
Yeah,
bot lane
Seraphine
with
APC.
Leona. Or it's Way bot lane with.
You never know. You
Yeah.
never. Probably gonna be.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. We will see once we're in game. Again, it fries my brain when I see a Xin in there and I have to remember it's something else. And now we ourselves, we got a Tom Kench. I think that's a decent option against the Vi. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, it is a classic counter to the Vi red. You press ult, I press ult. Get countered. So a bit more safety there for the Varus. I mean, that is very much needed, right? Varus is an immobile champion. Same for the Orianna as well. Let me mute my client, because otherwise the chat is gonna go insane. There we go. Why does it... Okay, that was the wrong sound that I muted. There we go. That's the correct sound. Yeah, so the Tom Kench can add that a little bit of safety that is needed on this team composition where both your carries are immobile and you're playing against a pick composition with the Vi and the Leona that are looking, you know, to lure in the bushes and pop their ultimates whenever you are out of position. So that should be able to help Atomic and Sunny a lot in this game. Obviously the execution needs to be there as well. But you know, I have no doubt that we can pop off the unbench the Kench, so to speak.
Bro, if Oke doesn't play the new Arcane Vi skin, I will leave. I will go home. I will go insane. I need to see it in game. I really want to know if there is finally a skin that can, you know, take away Demon Vi from me, because Demon Vi just feels the smoothest and has the best visual clarity, I would say, for you as a player. And I really hope he shows me, you know, the new skin, because then I don't really have to look at a spotlight or anything. So that would be dope. That would be absolute banger. But yeah, it seems to be Seraphine bot lane, by the way. Really looks like an AP carry variant. I hope so, at least, you know, with a big oomph in her kit. Because playing her as a healer in this team, yeah, I don't see it. Do you?
No, I mean, I agree with that. I don't see it. I do feel like it's gonna be kind of AP heavy on the side of TBD anyway, right? And they, you know, not having that AD carry. If you look at like the early mid game, it's fine, right? It's probably better even, because I mean, AD carries just take a long while to scale up. But I do feel if we are heading, you know, towards the 30 minutes in the game, you would give the favor towards the Varus that can just bring out the big DPS, especially when you're taking down objectives and towers and stuff. Taking down Baron as well is going to be a lot easier for Pandaric as well. So it's really going to be that early game where the Seraphine has some annoying poke, but so does Varus, right? Varus has annoying poke as well. Doesn't have heals though. That is unfortunately, you know, that would be a bit broken if Varus could heal as well.
Oh man, now he's a Darkin. He's all about destructing things. So I love the Jarvan Orianna Wombo combo into Wei Seraphine, by the way. They don't really have an answer to it, you know, both immobile, classic immobile. I mean, Wei can try to throw his fear into your way. Seraphine can try to CC you, but you know, it's not an Ezreal with an Arcane Shift or any of those classics. So if the flash is on cooldown, then Jarvan Orianna, what do we call that? Command Cataclysm Wave or something? You know, we need a cool nickname. I don't think there exists one yet, right?
Wombo combo, no. Yeah.
I mean, there is Curse of the Sad Bullet Time, you know, if you have Misfortune Amumu, you know, and so, something like this here. Something, you know, Cataclysm Wave, Shockclism.
Yeah, Shockclism. I feel like that kind of rolls off the tongue, right? Shockclism?
Chocolateclism, let's go.
Chocolateclism. We're overcooking here.
What? Chocolate? We're overcooking it? It's Christmas, bro. We have to be cooking.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's
December soon.
Yeah. Gotta get the chocolates out. That's true. I mean, you're right. Get the hot chocolates out there, you know.
Oh man.
Get the cataclysm out. Put everyone in a circle. Get the hot chocolates. Get the campfires.
Bro, I want a Christmas chocolate Anivia skin now, where the ult is like a chocolate fountain. And then, you know, you can put people into the into the chocolate storm is what we call it.
That would definitely be paid to win. I would walk into that voluntarily as the enemy, you know. and then just die.
Yeah, true. That would be the problem, probably.
Yeah.
You know, it would be like, hey, chocolate has to be something good, right? Even though it has a red circle, I'll walk into it. Oh no, it damages me. Oh, visual clarity, Riot. What are you doing?
Re.
Yeah, I got the Fiddlesticks voice acting voice, so it's
No,
also so funny to me.
yeah.
You know, if you were to need a champion that has animal sounds, do you A, record animals, like actual animals, or B, hire a guy that is good at making animal sounds and then use those sounds? Exactly.
You could do like a mix of both, you know?
But it was only one guy to make all the animal voices for Fiddlesticks. That's a banger. But I'm slowly drifting away because we still have some time to pass until we are finally in the game. And the potential last game for today would be kind of sad, honestly, to just see Pandaric go into the loser bracket in a 2-0 fashion. But I think they were cooking, maybe not as much as me with my skin concepts and all that random talk, but they have been cooking for sure with their draft. Now, for some final questions for you. All right, are you in game already?
I'm in the game. I just need
You're in the
to
game?
change
Awesome.
my OBS. There we go.
Perfect. Guys, that means we are in the game, we are on the Rift, and we are ready to see if Pandaric can bring it back, or if TBD can just close this out with a clean 2-0. Obviously, I would like to see a longer series. I would like to see Pandaric fight really hard, but of course, TBD, they also have a say in it. I really like the composition though. And Warlicks, for you, any special picks that you want to highlight?
I mean, we're gonna have to kind of look at. I feel like the bot side is gonna be, a huge point of contention because I feel like the Varus is obviously a good poker at the start of the game, right? But it's gonna be slightly countered here by the heals from Acti on the Seraphine. But I feel like there's gonna be like a lot of back and forth there. We have the Leona with the engages on Silk and Tahm Kench. So I would not be surprised if there's gonna be a lot of brawling there. And I mean, at the top side, I feel like there's gonna be brawling everywhere. It's gonna be similar as last game, and wouldn't we have it any other way?
Well, you called it. Let's see if our players on the Rift will deliver. And as you say, do we really want it any other way? I don't think so. I think we want some action-packed league. In the end, that is what we need for all the viewers to be the real winners. So again, this is maybe the final game. Let's see how it plays out. Both junglers starting on the bottom side this time, and I think that's quite interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any of the junglers are spotted out, so we're gonna have to see how that's gonna end up in the top side once they get there. We do have Blood Green on the Gnar, so he's gonna get that. He has that range advantage in the laning phase, right? So it's gonna be able to get the push in most likely. Could give an opportunity there for friendly Shaco, but if his AK is around there to cover Blood Green, that could be, potential counter gank there as well. We have seen AK being very on top of, hovering for his teammates, being there where he is needed. So, wouldn't be surprising if he's gonna be there at the right time again.
Yeah, indeed. I also like this time we have classic junglers. Vi, Jarvan, it's all you need, right? Classic bruiser junglers, no Skarner. That is, I mean, hate on me, but I still think that character is kinda broken, kinda unfair to play against him. No more Shaco, Game 1, we tried it, didn't really work out because, yeah, I mean, measuring up against a Skarner, yeah, I just talked about it. This time it's just those bruisers, just two chill guys. Okay, one guy, one girl, but you know what I'm saying here. And I'm wondering how will this one work out. Both can gank before level 6, but also both are not too unhappy if they can just chill a little bit and level up to 6. And yeah, top lane already a big fight incoming. Blood Green on the Gnar, getting a lot of poke damage from Soap in one single trade. And I call it poke damage because I feel like if Soap does it like 2 more times, then he might end up with a kill.
Yeah, once again, friendly Shaco being like pushed out of the jungle there. But engaging the bot lane, actually dropping low here. Sandy looking for the kill. Does he have the snipe ready? I don't think so, probably still on cooldown, but I mean, we're already getting exactly what we just said. A lot of brawling in the top lane, in the mid lane, in the bot lane, everywhere. Junglers are active. A lot of action packed here. Oh, the snipe is charging up. Recall cancelled. Flash in the mid lane as well. I mean,
it's not looking too good right now. I don't love it. We lost Flash on Jaco, we lost Flash on Atomic, and yeah, we got the Flash from Octi on bot lane. Yeah, sure, but I'm not too happy about that, honestly.
This time around, Friendly Shaker will at least be able to grab the Scuttle Crab on the other side. So at least going 50-50 in that one. As the players are trying to, you know, catch their breath as well. Before they go too crazy in all of the action here. Bot lane is going to be able to recall here pretty early. Senny actually starting off with the longsword, now getting a kill as well with the vampire scepter as well. Actually changes that one out to troll me. Classic. So yeah, she's just already accepting, like, in this laning phase, we're probably not going to get much done because Seraphine is just going to be permanently healing. So I'm just going to grab myself the coal and go on wave clearing duty, get as much cash into the bag as possible to skill into that late game as soon as possible. So we talked about that, Senny, that late game DPS cannot be matched by the Seraphine. Yes, in the early game, the Seraphine, the poke is probably going to be more obnoxious to deal with. And the heals and the shields and all that stuff. So you probably want to, you know, hand it over to that bot lane at the early game. But once we head to the later stages of the game, the DPS coming out of Senny is going to be on another level here. But Pandaric still has to get there. And right now it looks like the groups are a point of interest here, as Pandaric are already invading into the enemy jungle to get themselves some information here. The ward's being cleared out here now though by TBD as they are responding in kind. Grouped up together, 4 strong here. And so is Pandaric. Soap a little isolated here. The Zenith Blade connecting.
Soap in a lot of trouble. Still alive though, will heal himself with the big spin and flashes out, so will not die. But still, we lost some resources here. We also gained some resources though, so I feel like, you know, I mean, compared to the blue team. So I feel like it's all right, but still, it's not like a major W or anything.
Yeah, it does mean they have to give up the control of the river here, and it's gonna allow TBD to start off on the grubs here. Already one taken down here. Soap already TP back in there. They're looking to contest. The engage is perfect.
First blood will be taken by Oke here. And the next kill on Atomic from Blood Green. Tomkench has to flash out. And this is a Trauerspiel that we are seeing here. Because I was so hopeful that we can get some good kills here, but we did not see any kills for Pandaric. And that means it is yet again a small lead for TBD. And you know, with me, when I said I really would like to see a game 3, this is not the start that I'm hoping for, but of course it is just the early game. It can still go either way, but a small advantage for TBD on the blue side.
Yeah, I mean, this time, like last game, when we saw the early game, when Friendly Shaker got caught off early, it was really the map movements that made that possible, right? We saw that roam from Aline last game that kind of made that first buff possible. This time around, it was more match even. It was 4 for either side on the top side. The difference was just the execution, because Soap got caught off early. He was separated from his team, basically just given a 4 versus 1 there for TBD. And hold on, Atomic maybe in trouble here as Aline has once again roamed up to the mid line. He's gonna be able to walk out at least.
Wait, did you say Aline?
Yeah.
It's amazing to say that way. It's a German word and it means alone, and it's called Oleine.
Oh.
But you know, that's just how Nord dies in a 1v1. Oleine. Man,
yeah.
Aline would be way cooler to call it though. Aline will not be in too good of a shape, maybe. Yeah. Finally, we are getting some return kills, and I love it. That's exactly what I want to see. I was almost a bit worried how long will this Leona survive, you know? Was holding my breath until I can finally call the kill, but No more jungler, no more support, and these are perfect weather conditions to capture a friendly dragon.
Yeah, this is much more like it for Pandaric. And Senny already getting that cast injection early on is exactly what you want to see on the side of Pandaric. Making sure he reaches those critical items as soon as possible. And this is also a change up from last game. We did see Senny kind of pop off in the laning phase. You know, going head to head with Acti, pushing him back under his tower. But they never were able to really find the big advantages that they needed. This time around though, it's a different story.
Well, hello there on bot lane. How will this fight look like? You know, it's really, that's a special thing. It's really cooldown dependent. Like, sure, it is always like that on ADCs, but if you build AD, you will eventually deal damage with your auto attacks if you're full on cooldown. That's the interesting thing about Seraphine, right? Because she doesn't work that way. She's a spellcaster. She needs cooldowns to be ready. Well, but now Oke is showing up on bot lane pretty soon, and also the Hui will be joining up there. And even though Atomic tried to move, there was no way to match it, and that is a clean double kill for Oke in the jungle.
Yeah, perfect dive there on the side of TBD. At least Senny was able to take one with him. Yeah, I mean, Senny was just not able to reset after that fight when he got his kills. You know, they take down their dragon afterwards, and then he has to respond to his wave. And he hadn't had the time yet to recall. And TBD, they punish it perfectly with that 4-man dive here on the bot side. Constellation prizes that one extra kill that Senny was able to take with him. So at least they have that. Blade of the Ruined King already completed here for Senny though, so that DPS is already going quite high on the virus. With that first item completed, also halfway done on the kill already.
Really interesting to see. I was almost a bit worried with this bot lane situation, but looks like we got the best out of it, and having the first full item next to Vi is pretty good. Now Zenny wants to show off his full item and will try to get Octi. Octi has to flash away, but of course trading your Corrupted Chains with like 2 minutes cooldown against the flash with like 5 minutes cooldown. Yeah, we take this trade every week, every day.
It's once again a 4v4 on the top side for the Grubs here though. Can the execution be better for Pandaric here?
Aline will be in trouble. Friendly Shaco also looks pretty low though, will just die, but so far I think it looks pretty decent. The blue HP bars are melting away. It is still a bit up in the air though, as long as Oke is alive like that, because he is one with the full item. And away, just sniping away. Oh, would you look at that? Is this somehow maybe still winnable? We got a shutdown onto Senny, but then he got shut down himself. Now Soap in the 1 versus 2. The Crocodile, he's flashing in, tries it with the spin to win, but he will not be successful. Another shutdown for Wei, and this guy is super mega rich right now with all the kills he got.
Yeah, the Spellcaster shut down Senny hand in hand. That fear was also perfect towards the end there onto Soap, denying him that turnaround in the 1 versus 2. And it is an absolute bloodbath on the top side here, and we're going to return right to it as Friendly Shaco is already starting off the Grubs.
Grubs will be started. Aline wants to, you know, have a say against that. But yeah, the Grubs now.
Alright, they secure the 1 Grub. So they deny the 2 Void Mites, that's what they wanted here.
Guess that's okay. They want a bit more now though. Aline looking super low, gets all his cooldowns off though, and Friendly Shaco, he will not be tanky enough now. Aline is still alive with the aftershock, with everything. Double kill here for Aki now. And Le, no way to get out of this one. Soap, so many people so low. Come on, you want those kills. Zenny and Soap be our heroes now. Double kill for Zenny. Can we get more? Octi also finally showing up, making sure to escort his teammates. Zenny in trouble, has to fight Octi now, but Octi just too strong with the Blackfire Torch already. Now Soap all alone and will not be able to find any more kills in here. It is again such a close one.
Yeah, I mean, that fight was not favorable for Pandaric. They started off in a 3 versus 4 right there. They had the people around though. Zenny and Soap were close and nearby. They just weren't there quite yet. And the engagement already came through. That meant that the temporary 4v3 just caused TBD to kind of snowball that fight at the start. But then Senny arrived and he played that fight so incredibly well. Kind of turned it all around on his own. But when those engagement tools ran out here for Senny towards the end there, it just meant that he was kind of be run around the circle. And those spellcasters just kind of kited him around as they poked him down from range. And that unfortunately meant the end of the fight there for Pandaric as Senny got taken down. A very valiant effort there for Senny. Already 5-3 now on the Varus. Looking to put his team on his back.
He really is looking not too shabby right now, but not too shabby is not enough. Dragon wants to be taken by our red side as well. We will be contesting Dominoes used by Soap here by engaging into the backline. Atomic in a lot of trouble, but we can get the kill onto OK. Beautiful Cataclysm there from friendly Shaco. It is only 3 members alive for the blue side, and we still have 4 members alive, but everybody is so low. If Wei can hit a few more snipes, it is looking kind of grim. We still have the jungler up, so we can hopefully just get this dragon. Will we pay? Yep, we will pay with 1 kill, but at least it's something. At least we got the dragon. And the Infernal Blazes. That means it will be an Infernal map and an Infernal Soul for the taking.
Yeah, overall 2 for 2 there. And the dragon being secured here by Pandaric. Second of the game so far. And Senny picking both kills there in the team fight. 7 kills on this Varus in 15 minutes. He's looking to pop off in those late game team fights. And it's only a matter of time until this Renekton and the Jarvan are going to be a bit too tanky. I mean, the Tahm Kench as well. They will end up being a bit too tanky here for the Seraphine and the Wei. And at that point, it should be a lot more easier to navigate those team fights. And Senny will have a lot more frontline for himself as well. So it will be easier for him as well. But for now, Wei and Seraphine are going to be a bit of a menace here in those team fights. As, I mean, we kind of overshadowed it, but the Wei is also 6-0-7 here. Double items completed, double burn items here, but the Soul Affair has connected here onto Ali.
Goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye. At least Senny all alone.
Senny. Oh no, you're stuck between a tower, a wall, and a hard place, and now you are stuck in the gray screen. Another double kill for Ake, and honestly, Senny plays this so well, but what can you do against the Vi? Just ulting your face and then getting perma CC'd, and yeah, there's just no counterplay. The counterplay is on a map-wide scale, and Friendly Shaco is getting respected by Blood Green.
Yeah, they're looking for the response on the top side. They will be able to pressure away Blood Green from that tower, so... You know, 2 kills for a tower is going to be the trade. I don't think they can get back to the Herald on time, as TBD is already out on the map as well. Actually, all of TBD are out on the map towards this top side. So Herald will most likely be picked up by them, as Soap is hit the recall button as well. So it will not be contested here. As the rest of Pandaric are just, you know, taking it easy here, pushing out the bot lane. So perhaps they can at least do some damage towards the bot side there as a response, but I don't think they'll be able to take up the tower. I don't think it's low enough for that. And they're gonna have to defend the mid side as well. The Herald could be deployed there if they choose to do so, and it will be deployed there towards the middle lane. Tier 1 should be dropping down there. And perhaps can even go for a second try, sir.
Okay, Friendly Shaco trying something with the Flag and Drag Smite into the Cataclysm. Beautiful shockwave there. Friendly Shaco getting eaten though. And that also means, well, while he is safe, I think Olaine might also be safe for now. Never mind. Senny showing up from a super weird angle, but hey, I am not complaining. Okay, also trying to flash away, will jump over the wall with the wall breaker, but now Friendly Shaco with the Demacian Standard and the Dragon Strike, just getting simple flag and drag mechanics, getting the kill there, and that is honestly looking okayish now for Pandaric. They have 2 dragons, they stole away one of the Void Grubbies. Like, sure, it's not terrible, they're still a bit behind, but It's looking okay-ish. And Soap might as well get away here. That is also a major W for me.
Yeah, I mean, we have to take into consideration that, I mean, I feel like the game should become easier for Pandaric the later it goes on. And they're kind of, you know, preventing TBD from snowballing this game out. Senny obviously has been absolutely massive. And I feel like it gets scary because Senny is often alone on the bot side just clearing out those waves. And that just means if TBD groups up on the other side of the map, you know, you kind of have the 8 and 4 VARs somewhere else. You know, Pandaric suddenly looks a whole lot less scary. And that's kind of what we saw in that moment. And then suddenly Senny shows up and was like, I'm going to take this kill, thank you very much. And then TBD has to go on the run. They don't want to deal with this 8 and 4 Varus. You know, how long can they keep running away from the danger?
Well, not right now. Friendly Shaco will get killed here. We can see the teleport, but man, can you let Soap play the game, please? Well, no, not feeling like it, says TBD, and that means they get a clean first dragon for themselves.
Yeah, it's kind of Senny versus the world right now. You take down Senny, you know you're gonna win that fight. So it will be the dragon taken here for TBD after that victory in the team fight. Fought on Pandaric soil, but won by TBD regardless. It's gonna be the Infernal Drake going towards them. Yeah, I mean Senny already on 2 items right now. Almost 3 items even.
Okay. Gonna be a tough one. You know, talked about the item spread right now, and yeah, looking at basically 2 items versus 1 full item on most champions, you know, then we have Senny that is also already on 2 items, so that is some good stuff, of course, but in mid lane, in the jungle, it could be hard. We see the solar flare there to just get the Tom Kench. He will survive for now. It's very low teleport coming in from the Mega Gnar. Oriana also coming in. Olaine will die here as long as Senny can stay alive. LA trying to stay alive as well. Friendly Shaco getting as much damage as possible. Frontlining. But as long, again, as Senny and Atomic are alive, I can maybe just, yes, get a kill there. Get the poke through. This is looking really good. And we can finally... Wait, are we going for Nasher? Oh, that's interesting. I think that's kind of risky.
It might be. Let's see what Acti wants to do about it. The ultimate not available. Oh, it is. No, they're just gonna collect some Infernal Shards. There we go. We have been baited. It is not gonna be the Baron call. They decided against it eventually. They don't want to deal with the Seraphine.
What? I am conflicted on this one. But couldn't they have taken mid lane? Am I stupid? Am I missing something?
I mean, perhaps there was like some conflicting calls and then eventually they decided to just go for the reset instead. I'm guessing someone called for Baron and then we were like discussing about the Seraphine and how much you could really do to stop them. And then they decided against it to be on, back on time on the map. That is my guess. We'll never know probably unless we get an interview after this. But regardless, that team fight, Senny was just left uncontested, and we're now finally seeing what happens when when Senny can just sit in the back of a team fight and fire at his will, basically. He absolutely demolishes everyone. And I feel like this will become easier and easier for Pandaric as those tanky boys become even beefier. You know, providing more time and space here for Senny. And at the same time, Senny...
Oh, hello there. Shaco looking for something in mid lane, waiting for the follow-up. Oh, the sombrero kinda hitting there. Octi still alive, but will not really connect a good Encore himself. And now Octi super low has to get out, but no kills have been found just yet. And meanwhile, in side lane, we have Island Gaming, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, Soap looking to defend this tower, but Blood Green is just going for it. Will he make it out though? It's gonna be difficult here. The Gnar is used. The hop over the wall, but so can Soap. The Crocodile is on the hunt. The Blast Cone perfectly in place. The Flash to chase down and eventually take him down. Atomic now being dove underneath his tower. Ake is gonna punch into the gray screen.
punch him through the crack screen. That's an amazing metaphor. Well, Blood Green died right there, so now Soap is free to teleport into the top lane. And Soap, can you find the difference? Olaine, oh my god, the fear was huge from the way. Olaine flashing out. And while we got some sums, I feel like maybe this was about it. Nope, Tom can just exploding like it's nothing. Yeah, this way, there's a reason why it's getting first pick, right? This guy is no joke.
Yeah, the way has been a problem here for Pandaric. The AoE damage in the teamfights and the ability to snipe from so far away is a dangerous one. And you could really tell that Pandaric wanted to engage so badly. They had Senny on location. The danger man himself. They couldn't quite find the engage, like you said, you highlighted the fear cancelling the Jarvan there. Prevented that engage. Prevented Senny from popping off in another team fight. And then at the back end of that, the way sniping away the Tahm back to the fountain. Now we're looking at the dragon again, 20 seconds until that one spawns. That's an
important one.
A little death push being set up here as the vision goes dark here for Pandaric. They have to group up here to clear that out. The Soap is still alone though.
Oh no, Soap! He wants to face check and he will die instantly for it. And what did we really lose? Nothing now by jumping into the backline. Beautiful Cataclysm with the Wombo combo. Is it enough? Will it be enough? I don't think so, sadly. This combo was amazing. It looked beautiful. But it was not enough damage. The damage was already done by just killing off Soap with little to no investment. And this makes me so sad. You should get a result. You should get, you know, you should basically get a win with a combo like that. It wasn't enough.
The quadruple shockwave from Atomic, unable to convert that until a one team fight. That is unfortunate here for Pandaric. I mean, we do see the Wombo combo here on the side of Pandaric, very obvious with the Orianna Jarvan. But we cannot forget on the other side, we have the way, if you're fighting in those close corridors, the way will melt you away. And that is exactly what happened in that team fight. No matter that beautiful execution on the shockwave, it will not be enough here. The Baron now up as both teams look to contest for the vision here.
Oh well, contesting for the vision, that is what both teams are doing indeed. And yeah, the cooldown reduction is already crazy on Friendly Shaco. His Messian Standard and his Dragon Strike have basically no cooldown at this point. Yeah, 6 seconds, so you know he can jump in, jump back out to do all the fancy tricks. But for now, the fancy trick that Friendly Shaco is doing is killing the Wolf Camp. Because every jungler also needs a bit of money. And he probably wants to finish his next third item as well at 1 point. So, not too much happening right now. And I still don't know who likes that more. Because to me, in my world, Senny scales amazingly, but then I look at like all the things that are happening in this game with the Seraphine and with the Way, and they are also not getting any easier to kill, so it seems like, for some reason.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I really want to see the Renekton and the Jarvan build more towards that magic resistance. Because right now they do have a lot of HP, yes, but not much resistance, and the Nard Hub is perfect here.
This is the final fight. Some skill shots are missing, some skill shots are hitting. Nobody died just yet, and Atomic is just chilling on bot lane. And I like the decision to stay there, though. I really like it, because now Atomic is pressuring the turret and the minions and eventually the inhib, so we cannot get caught now, though. Will we get caught? I think that is exactly what it will look like right now. Friendly Shaco is not in position, the teleport is coming in, but Seti already dead. So, Friendly Shaco and Atomic, you have to somehow get out of there. Soap already victim of this TBD blue side squad. And I don't know, Warlicks. I feel like Pandaric is just not really on the same page when we talk about micro spacing. They are there, but not really in range to use their abilities, and TBD is punishing that just perfectly.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. I mean, the vision right there in that fight was the crucial factor. You highlighted it. Atomic, he was on the bot side of the map. That is just basically Pandaric saying, okay, you're either gonna force this Baron right now at this moment, or you're gonna lose your towers at the bot side, or you're gonna have to recall and give up your control. What ended up happening is there's no vision on the Baron here for Pandaric, so they didn't know if TBD actually started the Baron or not. So they had to go for the face check, because if they take away the Baron, you know, that will be a win there for TBD. So they had to get that information, and that's where everything started to go wrong from Pandaric, as the engage comes through for TBD, and they take down everyone on the side of Pandaric. And they didn't even get the bot tower on the back of Atomic there, so they lose everything there. And now with the Baron in the hands of TBD, they're looking to explode that gold lead in their favor, as they're taking away even more vision here. Friendly Shaco hiding in the bushes here. Might not be playing Shaco, but he's still acting like a Shaco.
Yeah, cannot stop the habit, will not stop the habit.
Exactly.
Could be... Oh no, Atomic. Maybe this could be a counter engage, but no, Atomic just fully retreating. And no flash left for Atomic now. That could be a big problem in the next few minutes, because another dragon is spawning, another Nash is spawning. Oh, hello there, Friendly Shaco jumping in now onto the way, and this should be the shutdown, and even onto Zenny. That is amazing, of course. Getting a shutdown like that and catching the way out of position, really well played by Pandaric.
Yeah, I don't know if you remember from last game, we were in a very similar situation. And one of the downsides about Pandaric's comp in that first game is that we didn't really have the necessary engage tools, so you kind of just had to sit back whilst TBD were firing away with their Baron. But this time around though, we have the Jarvan that can just jump in like that and take picks if needed. And that's gonna go into their favor now. The Dragon spawning as well here. There will be Soul Point here on the side of Pandaric. Can they secure it though? The jungler is alive, but can they get enraged? It's a Vi on the other side of the wall, not going for it, so it will be secured here for Pandaric. Is there going to be a fight? Blood Green behind there on the Nard. It's going to be a triple stun into the wall.
Oh, the encore is amazing though. And okay, jumping into the backline, teleport coming in, and I don't know, Warlix, I think this might as well be it soon enough. And look at okay, just so fat. He's on, what, 3 items now? And he just finished off that poor crocodile like it's nothing. And now the minions will be escorted. I don't know if this is the finish, but it is getting hella rough for our friends from Pandaric. Really good TP there as well to keep the minion alive. But yeah, oh man, this second game
It's
is
10 seconds here for Atomic.
Too good.
Will they be on time? There's 2 Nexus turrets left standing. The timers are ticking down, 5 seconds here. Would it be on time? The final tower here being taken down. Now the Nexus is exposed. It seems like it is too late for Pandaric, as it will be a 2-0 for TBD, as they take the victory here in the first series of the playoffs.
GG's to them, and kudos to all the players, because those were amazing games to watch. But sadly, after all, we can only have one winner, right? And that's how this entire thing works.
I got a feel for Senny though. I feel like he played out of his mind that game. He tried so hard.
Yeah.
Both games, I feel like. So yeah, shout out to Senny for playing incredibly well both games there. But yeah, unfortunately, the execution, the map movements were just a little bit better on the side of TBD, as they take the victory here 2-0. So GG's to them. Gotta give the credit where credit is due.
Definitely. A bit sad, because there were, of course, some mistakes by both sides. And it has to feel bad to go into the lower bracket as Pandaric. But again, that's just the reality. How esports works. One team will win, one team will lose. And that is our current state. TBD will go into stay in the upper bracket, while Pandaric will go into the lower bracket.
Yeah, it's gonna be backs against the wall for next game. So the pressure definitely rising here for Pandaric for sure. You know, it will be kind of absolutely devastating.
What are your plans?
It will be completely devastating here for Pandaric. You know, after that incredibly regular season that they had, I think they only lost 1 or 2 games. I'm not quite sure, but like they almost won everything 2-0. They looked absolutely amazing in the regular season. So I am really hoping for them to make it through. I mean, slightly biased, obviously, but yeah, no, for absolutely for every player, you know, they've played their hearts out. So yeah, I hope they will manage to pull through in the lower bracket. I'm sure they can. And we're gonna have to wait until next game to see how they will be able to do.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I know they can do it. Today was just not their day, but no questioning that they are amazing players and then that they can certainly make it. But yeah, some days you are a bit off and it just happens. Nothing more and nothing less, right?
It is what it is, they say.
It is what it is.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah, we can't speak anymore.
We have been saying. Yeah.
We've been
Imagine speaking.
We have been yapping for way too long, huh? It has been almost 2 hours, so can't blame us, right?
So you mean I've been casting 3 games already today?
Yeah, okay, for you even for you even longer, yeah. I guess you have more excuses than I have.
Professional, by the way.
Professionals, as always. I mean, yeah, GG's to all the players playing today.
Yes.
And unless you have anything to add, then this will probably be the end of the stream here.
Oh man, sad stuff, but hey, has to end one way. But yeah, the run is not ending, so of course you gotta tune in when it is another day, another time to maybe get some W's again, because again, it is only a loser bracket punch today, you know, going into loser bracket. It is not a complete elimination punch, so there's always another chance. And as we said, Pandaric has looked phenomenal through the season. They can definitely do it, so I hope you do not miss it when they play the next time.
Yeah, for sure. We all know they can do it, so you know, be on the lookout there for the next series. And until then, I'll wish you guys a great evening, and we'll see you guys next time around. Any final words, Alistrom? You can close it out.
I can close it out, guys.
Yeah, you have the luxury.
Stay awesome. Have a great weekend, and we will see you, as I camper said, tomorrow at 2 p.m. I guess you'll probably do those, Mr. Warlix, or what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, I should be able to, yeah. That sounds like a plan in my head. So tomorrow 2 p.m, be on the lookout. We'll be back in action here for Pandaric. But for now, they can go back to the drawing boards, get some good night's sleep, you know, be ready for tomorrow. And I'm sure they're going to do amazing like they've been doing the entire season. But for now, I'm going to end it right here.
Exactly.
Before we go back and forth forever. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great evening, and I'll see you guys then. Goodbye.